Hello everyone and welcome back to my opinion. And in this video I'll be previewing match 57 of IPL 2025 between the Kolkata Knight Riders and the Chennai Super Kings. This match will be happening at the Eden Gardens. And before I get into this preview, apologies for not being able to post content for the CSK versus Punjab match and the CSK versus RCB match because I was making my commentary debut. I posted about this as well across social media platforms where I was making my commentary debut in the Royal London One Day Cup, the Women's One Day Cup, the Tier 2 competition in the match between Kent and Leicestershire. And it was an enjoyable experience. In case you want to check that out, I've included the link to that in the description. So feel free to go check that out. Let's get into this preview video. Starting off with KKR, they've won their last two matches, and I thought they were unlucky against Punjab. I think Punjab were 160 odd and 16, didn't get as many as they would have liked after that. And given Punjab's bowling attack, I thought KKR, in a match that they had to win, I think that they would have chased that down, but they couldn't get the 2 points that they could have got in that match. They've won the next two, and as far as the 11 goes, I'm not saying this because Moeen Ali went for runs the previous match. He's been doing very well with the ball, but with the bat in the last year, he's not done much. Now, what happened in the previous match is they couldn't play Rovman Power. Now, the last time CSK and KKR met in Chennai, I'd said that Venkatesh Iyer should be benched. Yes, 23 crores, but he cannot be in the side if he's not opening. And the moment you've got Sunil Narayan to open and non-keepers at 3 and 4, you've got to play a keeper to open. Venkatesh Iyer does not fit in this side. Ramandeep Singh also doesn't look like scoring runs despite playing with confidence for India. So, as far as my 11 is concerned, I've gone with Ramanala Gurbaz and Sunil Narayan to open the batting. Ajinkya Rahane 3, Ankush Raghuvanshi 4, Rinku Singh 5, Roman Powell 6. Andre Russell 7, Anukul Roy 8, Veer 9, Harshit Rana 10, Varun Chakravarti 11, and the impact sub being Chetan Sakaria. Now, Anukul Roy can play the role that Moeen Ali does, and he's an Indian player. Because if you play the overseas player in Moeen Ali, that means you can't play Rovman Powell. That means Andre Russell will play destructive innings the previous match. The moment he fails, you got Rinku Singh, who scored a quick 19 the previous match, but he's been on and off. Then Anukul Roy is not as much of a power hitter. So suddenly there's a lot of pressure on Russell to succeed at the end. If you play Robin Powell, another explosive player, strengthening your batting. And a venue like this where you bowl 8 overs of spin, but apart from that, the third spinner won't come into the match as much or bowl about 2 overs. Anukul Roy can play that role and provide batting after that. So this is how they should go. Free up an overseas slot, and then you can bring in Chetan Sakaria, where you've got the 3 seamers to bowl on the power play, then you've got the 2 spinners after that. And if you want to manage things if necessary, Russell can bowl 2, Anukul Roy can bowl 2, meaning you don't have to bowl Moeen Ali or bring Moeen Ali into the side as a bowler. And Harshit Rana, in my view, has to open the bowling. They've been guilty at some points for bringing him on at first change, and he's a 4 overs 40 bowler. He's a wicket taker. He's a 4 overs 40 bowler. In that case, he plays for India, and you're bowling him after the first over's gone for, let's say, 10 runs. You'll be under pressure. Where once again at this venue, you've got to get to that 55-run mark after the power play. An already expensive bowler is going for runs because of that, which is why I feel Harshit Rana should open the bowling alongside Veer Arora. Then you've got Chetan Sakaria, then the spinners to follow up to that. And if you're looking at this batting lineup, the reason why it's an improved side is because you've got Ajinkya Rahane can play a dual role, as can Ankush Raghuvanshi. Then Ramanala Gurbaz aggressive, Sunil Narayan aggressive, Rinku Singh can play a dual role. Rovman Powell aggressive, Andre Russell aggressive. Anukul Roy is not a power hitter, but at the end, if you're looking to prioritize your batting, I don't think it's the correct call. So this is a much better batting lineup where everything fits together. I've said this many times, even the previous season, Venkatesh Iyer played well when the opening combination was broken in the second half of the season, as broken earlier on. so he had more time to bat almost as an opener. Whereas in this case, if he walks out at 5, he played that one innings against SRH, he's done nothing apart from that. And I won't blame him because he's an opener, and if you're playing him out of position, you're paying 23 crores for him, which I thought was quite confusing. They've slowly been looking to get their combination because at the start they were playing the overseas fast bowler incorrectly. They tried Nokia, then dropped him, and I don't think they should play the overseas fast bowler. And I think they're slowly getting to their combination. I hope they play this 11 because of the odd point scenario. They've got to win every match. They've won their last 2. And if they go with this side, I think they will be best placed to get another win under their belt. And now for CSK, where you saw in the previous match a heartbreaking loss. And I don't mind if they lose in that fashion because when it was 35 off 18, I thought they'd win. And unfortunately, even with the no ball in the last over, they couldn't do so. I don't mind if they lose in that fashion. You saw at the start of the season, there was no fight in the matches. As far as their 11 is concerned, I'd said in Chennai, Stuart Brevis has got to open the batting because of the slow nature of the surface. In this case, it's a batting-friendly surface. So I feel Stuart Brevis batting in the top 4 in this case wouldn't be such a bad ploy. But on the slow surface, he should definitely open. And I'll keep including a player who they won't go back to, but I feel including him in the side would definitely improve things with the bat and ball, but I know they won't go to. So my 11 is Sheikh Rashid, Ayush Matre to open, Sam Curran 3, Dior Brevis 4, Ravindra Jadeja 5, MS Dhoni 6, Savichandran Ashwin 7, Anshul Kamboj 8, Matisha Patiana 9, Khalil Ahmed 10, Noor Ahmed 11, and the impact sub being Shivam Dubey. Now on Jadeja, number 4, well, last match he played at 4. He's been playing at 4 in the last 3 matches, and he played a very good knock the previous match. And I've said he takes 14 balls to score boundaries against spin, but he did that from the outset against RCB. Now, from when he walks out to bat, the 7 to 10 phase at the Eden Gardens is a consolidation phase where you get to about that 80 odd for 1 or 2 after 10. So KKR's game plan is to manage with the seamers. Then you've got Narayan and Chakravarti to attack for the next 4 overs. And I feel because during this consolidation phase, for someone who takes that time, if he can't take the time against those 2 spinners, it means that it may not hold him back because he'd be allowed to do that given the phase progression at the venue. But Dior Brevis is someone who I'd much rather see him bat in the top 4. Jadeja's experience playing the finisher role at the end. KKR seamers, it's not that strongest suit, so you play Dubey at 5, Brevis at 4, Jadeja and Dhoni can take down the seamers at the end. So I'd rather him play finisher role than play at 4 and someone who wouldn't be as suited to walking out at number 6 or 7 would have to play that role. So that's why I've gone with Brevis at number 4. I know they won't play him, but Ravichandran Ashwin, I'd say this about Deepak Hooda again, and I feel bad for him because against SRH, he scored, I think, a laboured 22. And I'll talk about this shot again, the lofted shot over extra cover, where 3 seasons ago when he was scoring about 400 runs, that could have gone for 6. Whereas in this case, Ishan Kishan stopped the ball from reaching the boundary. And you know that he's not been in confidence, yet they're playing him just because Dhoni has to bat in the last 5. Ashwin can score the runs that Deepak Hooda is scoring and can provide 4 quality overs of off spin when you've not bowled 8 overs of spin in many of the matches. And you saw previous match, Jadeja 3 for 26, and look at the final score that you concede. Oh, sorry, 3 overs, 26 runs. You can see you look at the final score that you concede. So Ashwin will add to bat and bowl, but I don't think they will play him, but they should do. And Anshul Kamboj, people bowl 3 overs in the power play for power play bowlers, and then they at times with Anshul Kamboj, they don't bowl them again. And what I'm saying is, if you can bowl 3 and 6, why can't you bowl 4 and 7? When you've got a bowler who's on song, he's bowled very well whenever he has bowled. Last match he bowled 2 overs and then he didn't bowl again. I feel CSK haven't done enough of owning the first 10. They've left a lot of things at the ball to the last 10. You've seen Patirana's entry point. that the previous match was the earliest point where he's entered to bowl. 3 for 15 in his first three. Yes, he went for runs in his last over. Considering that, the analysis was respectable given the total of 213. Now, if he goes back to bowling from the 12th over or the 14th over, then that won't be the case. And with Anshul Kamboj, if he's on song, finish him off by the 7th, because I don't understand when you're not looking to bowl him out of the power play. You've got 1 over left. You can see if he can continue that same momentum. So I think that how they've managed Anshul Kamboj has been disappointing. So this is how I think they should go. And Khalil Ahmed, we've seen against SRH as well, 1 for 14 and 2 when defending a low score, then bowled the last over, the second last at the end when the match is over. So I feel such resources should be optimized, and CSK got close to the previous match, and if they optimize these resources, I feel they can use that confidence to get a win here. And now on the comparison of 11s in KKR, well, in Kolkata, you've got to get at 55 for 1 the power play. Which top 4 will take you there? For Kolkata, you've got Ramanullah Gurbaz, Sunil Narayan, Ajinkya Rahane, and Krish Raghuvanshi compared with Sheikh Rashid, Ayush Matre, Sam Curran, and Dior Brevis. For Ramanullah Gurbaz, Anshul Narayan, Gurbaz scored a 35 in the previous match, although he hasn't been in form since the SA20 and the Champions Trophy. Sunil Narayan's a bit of a lottery. Ajinkya Rahane can play both roles, and Krish Raghuvanshi can play both roles. So for CSK, Sheikh Rashid will play slowly, Ayush Matre aggressive, Sam Curran could play both roles, Dior Brevis aggressive. Because of the uncertain nature of the KKR openers, you don't know what you're going to get from them. CSK have got 3 aggressively bankable options and someone who'll take his time and Sheikh Rashid. With your KKR, you've got Rahane and Raghuvanshi are reliable, but the more explosive. Rahane and Raghuvanshi can also play that role, but they'll play in a slightly different way. Gurbaz and Narayan are sent out there to play that role, and you don't know whether they'll succeed more often than not, which is why CSK, the top 4 to get into 55 without losing many wickets, they've got that edge. Now the middle overs, you shouldn't get bogged down by spin, and you should give a powerful finish at the end. For KKR, you've got Ajinkya Rahane, Ankush Raghuvanshi, Rinku Singh, Rovman Pao, and Andre Russell compared with CSK, Sam Curran, Dior Brevis, Ramana Jadeja, Shivam Dube is the impact sub, MS Dhoni, and Ara Ashwin. CSK's batting has been gaining confidence certainly in the previous match, and after being 3 wickets down, they got to 190, albeit the finish there wasn't too good. KKR's batting, especially without Venkatesh Sher and Ramandeep Singh, means players will be batting in position, which is why I've gone with them to take that edge along with their destructive capabilities. And as far as the seamers, the striking up front is concerned, CSK have got a comfortable edge with their seamers. The spinners, the KKR have been bowling their spinners for 8 overs. CSK at times at the start of the season, even when the 3 spinners played, they didn't bowl with more than 8 overs between them. So if they only play 2 spinners and they bowl 7 overs is what they usually bowl, I don't think that would be advisable. So I hope Ashwin plays. CSK spinners can match KKR spinners, but because of the backing that KKR are giving to their spinners, I've gone with the edge there. So the spin edge is a vital factor at this venue. KKR also got an explosive finishing core as well. But I feel a CSK that got close in the previous match will win here, despite I've said the spin edge is a vital point. So let's see what happens. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, share it with your friends. Remember, this is my opinion. What's yours?